Let's be serious this time, and I don't always use scripts, but just be what I am, most of the time. And today I want to discuss about why I'm going to choose PAP over the opposition. As you know that PAP has been in Singapore for many years and it's been dominating for many years too. The PAP government has done a great job for Singapore for all these years and maintained Singapore as it is and improved Singapore, not just maintain. Lee Kuan Yew until Lee Hsien Loong. And that's why I admire Lee Hsien Loong a lot. He could have the time to retire himself and have the freedom to do anything he want and say anything he want like me. Freedom to say anything I want on the video. But and all this while he's been fulfilling his father promise to keep on building Singapore. Yes, we can see Singapore is getting more and more expensive, and also the cost of living is getting higher. But also our salary also increased a lot. And in Asia, Singapore has the highest salaries for workers and for employees. And that is what attracts a lot of foreigners to come to Singapore to work. And because of this, you can see many Singaporeans who have to travel to Johor Bahru, Malaysia, Indonesia, or even some other countries in Asia just to spend their money like some kind of science. So what for are we complaining about the cost of living is high? Just because you eat nasi lemak nowadays for $3, increase from $2 maybe, but your pay also increase even more. So why is the population increase in Singapore? Because of some foreigners coming in to apply for residency permit and to apply for some kind of citizenship. But our PAP government had done a lot to reclaim land, and the public transportation had become number one in the world. If people can easily access to one place to another place. And all these things bring prosperity to Singapore, and that's why Singapore became the most expensive country in the world. But still, people are very happy according to the ranking index that we saw on some kind of website. So we don't just see the cost of living going up. We also see the standard of living going up too, and also the wages. When I first time talk about politics on my video, my topic was on against the government, against the PAP government, and supporting oppositions. And at that time, I was quite ignorant about what the government do for us because I heard a lot of complaints on the social media, a lot of complaints from those people on holding back on how evil the government is and how evil Lee Hsien Loong was. And before that, they were complaining about Lee Kuan Yew. But after Lee Kuan Yew died, they praised Lee Kuan Yew. Now they badmouth about Lee Hsien Loong. So these are the oppositions and those activists were doing. And whatever they are debating and whatever they are saying about the government is so shallow. Because more of the thing they are talking about is the cost of Singapore, how expensive Singapore is. Our future generation cannot afford the housing. You know that although the cost of public housing keep on increasing, the HDB is getting more and more expensive. But the thing is that it's the best in the world. You know, come on. Is there any public housing in the world that is as good as we see in Singapore? In Singapore, we can see even some HDB housing is look like some luxurious grand mansionette, and even better than many private condominiums in other countries. If you happen to go to some countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, or Myanmar, you know what happened. I've been living in some countries for many years, living in some country besides traveling. I can see many things what happen in other countries. I see how they live, and I see how their housing is. Even though their cost of property increased, but they couldn't sell the house so easily as Singapore. In Singapore, we rent the house very easily, and we could sell the house easily too within months. But in other countries, we don't see that. Despite the cost of living has increased, despite the inflation is there, but we still could maintain our standard of living, not going down, but keep on increasing gradually. You may say that because we give the minister high pay, high salary, earn millions of dollars for those ministers. But they are the best in the world, highly educated, with a good background, civilized, and how the PAP government has scrutinized those participants before they could join PAP to become MPs or become ministers. And not just only in the world, they are better than any opposition parties in Singapore. Let's see what the opposition parties have been contributing so far. They contribute nothing. Are they the one who prosper Singapore? Are they the one who maintain the legacy of what Lee Kuan Yew had built? None. Even Lee Hsien Loong didn't do that. So why should we vote for someone that has not been doing anything for Singapore, like the oppositions, and then kick the PAP government out? That doesn't make sense, right? And also about the law. You can say that a lot of law in Singapore, government like to have this kind of law, this kind of law, this kind of law. Minister Samugan is the kind of Egyptian, the kind of pharaoh leader. But come on, all these laws are common law. All this law is what we implement always at home. If you are not a smoker, will you let your friends smoke in your house? If you want your house to be clean, you want your friends to be in your house eating chewing gum or throw anything on the floor? I don't even allow my friends' kids to come to my house if they are naughty and also very dirty. If you don't like durian, will you let your friends to bring durian to your house and smell your kitchen or smell your home? So all these are very common law in Singapore. The law is something that we should behave ourselves. It's so common. So how about freedom of speech in Singapore? Yes, we can talk a lot. And that's why last time I was talking on YouTube against the government. There are freedom of speech and also freedom of expression in Singapore, but limited because we cannot defend anyone or dictate some videos to frame our ministers or someone important. Because freedom of speech, freedom of expressions come with responsibility. And Singaporeans have a lot of freedom to go anywhere too. Not just only Singapore, but the passport can go to any country to enjoy the freedoms. And don't tell me when they go to other countries, they want to litter, they want to throw rubbish, they want to eat the chewing gum anyhow they like and throw away outside. So what's the big deal about law in Singapore? The law in Singapore is to keep Singapore neat and clean, so that Singaporeans could live even better life and even happier. The law in Singapore is to help Singaporeans safe, in fact. So when the election comes, there's no reason that I will vote PAP out. It's so stupid to do that. Because under the PAP government, Singapore keep on progressing and not really up and down, that kind of thing, where we see this kind of thing happen in many other countries. But Singapore progress gradually up. Looking at the currency exchange, we know. We go to Malaysia and enjoy where we can use $1 to become 3 ringgit. Even in other countries like Philippines, even in China, our currency is so strong in those countries, and we could really enjoy it. And how about the poor people in Singapore? Are they really poor? We got a government welfare to help them anytime. A good system to help them. Some residents of low income could get every week some benefits from the government too. When I was in that other countries, I see a lot of people lining up for many hours just to get one whole chicken or one pack of rice. That's it. But in Singapore, it's not. They give you a lot of things for the low-income families, and there's no need to wait at all. What they give? Canned foods, rice, oil, meat, and whatever things they give you. And you just have to bring a big bag to some community center to get it. And there even free haircut also in Singapore. So could I say that Singapore is a bad country under PAP government? No, it's not. Because PAP government have been contributing Singapore a lot. And this year I work hard for it. So for this time when the elections come in, I will surely vote for PAP. It's nothing to be secret about. Of course, our vote is secret with the government. But whatever I say and whoever I vote is no secret to anyone. You know what I'm saying? Remember, subscribe my video and follow me and share this out. Ciao.